Aleksandra Skochilenko is a Russian artist and peace activist who, at the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, went to a supermarket in her native city of St. Petersburg and switched the price tags of products, replacing them with anti-war slogans. That led authorities to charge her with discrediting the Russian army. And after a year and a half of so-called preventative detention, she has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. We are showing drawings that Aleksandra makes in prison, where we are told she is suffering physically and psychologically. The person relaying this is Sonia Sobotino, Aleksandra's partner, who sees the future with pessimism, especially after the Russian government this month included the LGBT community on its list of extremists, along with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State militant group.
I honestly don't have any hope. The situation in Russia is now very difficult, and it's getting worse every day. Now I am an extremist simply because I am a lesbian. I have never hidden it, and now I fear that they may apply the penalty for extremism to Aleksandra, which goes up to 10 years in prison.
Linguist Svetlana Drugovaiko was one of the experts called by the defense to examine materials used to accuse Aleksandra. The linguist's conclusions were clear. There was nothing in Aleksandra's actions that could be considered an insult to the Russian army, and her report pointed out what she said was a lack of professionalism in preparing the materials. She says the documents failed to invoke any laws on the experts' activities, mentioned the criminal code without proper explanations, and included the use of poor grammar.
I saw how unprofessional it was. It was written violating the basics of the Russian Federation legislation.
After presenting her expert opinion, Svetlana was removed from her position as a professor of language study for 40 years at St. Petersburg State University, accused by a commission of professors of committing an immoral offense. She found the language humiliating, since it was the same as the university used in 2019 to expel a professor who murdered and dismembered his lover, a university student. Critics say Aleksandra's prison sentence and Svetlana's expulsion from her job are a clear sign that the repression is now directed not only against politicians, but also against civil society at large. Nikolai Rybakov is chairman of the liberal Yabloko party. He views the sentence as an attempt meant to deter other activists.
This harsh sentence is to prevent others from doing pretty much the same but on a massive scale or from taking their causes to the next step. This is why they feel the need to put an end to these initiatives from the very start, to make others be scared.
Russia has set presidential elections for March 17th of next year, and there is concern that restrictions on freedom of expression will be tightened further.
There are unfortunately many grounds to believe that after the elections, the situation will be more tough and very likely much more tough.
Hopes for pacifists like Aleksandra that her sentence will be reduced seem very distant as Russia enters its second winter of war. For the VOA Moscow Bureau, Marcus Harton, VOA News.